The multi-award-winning French film BPM, Beats Per Minute, is set in the early 1990s and centres on the method used by the AIDS activist group ACT UP, not only to draw attention to the plight of AIDS victims, but also to shame the pharmaceutical industry and those in authority into moving more speedily towards finding a cure for the scourge. The French ACT UP movement is made up of individuals with widely differing notions as to how to achieve their goal. While some are willing to make their point peacefully, the more radical believe that there's no time left to obey by the rules. Consequently, they invade the headquarters of a pharmaceutical company or hijack a meeting at which their concerns are to be addressed, with some of the militants making physical attacks on the speaker. Many of this overlong film's key scenes take place during rowdy meetings in which a variety of radical opinions are expressed. It's the film's personal stories that crucially speak to the urgency and frustration felt by so many ACT UP members. The screenplay, by the film's director Robin Campillo, in association with Philippe Mangio, explores a number of characters and their lives. Nathan, who is HIV negative, joins the group but is ridiculed by the radical members for what they see as his naivete. He begins a relationship with the far more militant Sean, who is HIV positive. Sophie, an organiser for the group, is a believer in peaceful protest but frequently finds her plans hijacked by the militants. BPM raises some interesting questions. It seems to be a film primarily aimed at an audience that will already be sympathetic to its subject matter, which is fair enough, but it could be argued that at the time of the AIDS epidemic, it was middle-of-the-road films like Jonathan Demme's Philadelphia in 1993, which starred Tom Hanks as an AIDS victim, that connected with a very wide audience, an audience that was potentially capable of helping change public attitudes towards the epidemic. BPM isn't interested in that sort of thing. It reflects the anger and the impatience, both perfectly understandable, of AIDS sufferers at the time that not enough was being done, and a sense of urgency was lacking to fight the disease. Campillo takes a painfully honest approach to the subject, and I've no doubt that this is how it really was. It doesn't try to be a comforting film, and it certainly isn't. It's strident, unwieldy, and confronting. But when these activists are not demonstrating or arguing among themselves, they seem at their happiest on the floor of a disco. Even in the worst of times, life must go on. I'm giving BPM 3 stars.